So the thing again. So should I beat the action there? Okay, I will. Kazoom. Kazoom. Netflix start. Okay. Action. Hello, guys. Welcome back to our story. We are back again with another one. It's
our story.
You know what I mean? It just remember. That's how I say when I started the Football Connect. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another one. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host, Sam. Okay. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another one. This story. We are back again with another one. It's Meme&Sam here, guys, and we have an interesting story to tell. I'm telling you, this is one of the stories that you want to tell your friends about it. But also, the most important thing that we have to get from this is that this is a learning experience that we can use it in our daily lives. So it's gonna be based on a story that we're gonna be reading. So I would really like that you pay attention so that we can really go through what you're about to learn. What are we here to learn, madam?
Alright, so here with me, here with us is a story. It's a short story. So we'll do more a reaction to what we're gonna read, but because it's in a different language,
yes,
we're just gonna read it through. For emphasis sake, because what you read stays in the mind.
Exactly.
So after reading it, then we'll narrate the whole
thing in our, in English.
Yes.
So that we can actually learn more in terms, because we tried the translation, people, and it is speaking something different. So let's just do it in the language where it was written in.
And then we'll translate.
Okay.
So here we go. Ke tse ke bone batho ba postile gone ha ba kopa thuso. Mme be le ba fa dikgakolo tse di siameng le nna ke kopa le nkutlwe. Re nna mo ntlong ya puso and ke ne ka itlhela my husband a rera le mmaagwe ba bua gore go reela gore bo monna wa my husband aged 24 and 22 ba huduge ko gae ba tle ba nne le rona ba batla ditiro le bone ba ikutlwise go tshela sentle. Ga ke batla go ya ka tota e rile ke utlwe dikgang tse a bo ke tola ka tšhakgalo ke ipotsa gore ba tsile go robala kae. A be mmaagwe gape a bua gore ba tla bo ba share room le nnake. O itse gore ka tena ga beyond ke ipotsa gore ba raya jang gore banna ba te ba share room le nnake wa mosetsanyana wo 14 years. A be mmaagwe gape a tswela go a bua gore e le gore ke eng a batla gore gonne e le gore ke eng ke batla gore gonne nnake hela kwana bana ba gagwe bone ba sa nne le rona. A bua bo gore ke rata go ja ebile ke ja ngwana wa gagwe ka ga nnake o tsena English medium. The audacity of that woman. Ga ke ise ke mo lese tota ebile a re o nkisa kgotleng ka moso. Ke mo reetse a re ngwana wa gagwe a beye payslip ya gagwe ha le nna ke beye payslip ya me ha. E le gore yo mo reetseng a re nnake o duelelwa school fees ke ngwana wa gagwe ke mang. Ke mmoleletsa gore ke tsene dikolo ebile gape ga ke lebile nnake ke ngwanake sale ke mo godisa mme a tlhokagala ke mo godisa ke sokola ke renta le ene ko tertiary ke tlhatswetsa batho di-washene ke matela botshelo jo bontle ebile ga nka ke ka koba nnake kana ka matela boroko go sele jaaka a batla. tota I have mixed emotions. Ke ipotsa dipotso gore e le gore monna yo o tetse sentle mo a buang le mmaagwe gore ba tle ba robale le nnake. Ke raya hela bathong ebile nna ke sa itse sepe nna hela bathong ebile nna ke sa itse sepe nna ne ke neetsweng ke puso ke 2 beds a gona space bathong di-room tsa teng go tsena bolao hela. Ke gana nnyaa tota go robatsa nnake le where am I? Go robatsa nnake le banna ba go teng ba 22 le 24 years ba nke ke ka go dira moo e ka mpa ya palanyalo ka gore jaaka mmaagwe monna a buang ka teng o na le mathata le nnake a tsena English medium mme go duela nna go sa duele ngwana wa gago. Gape o raya mang a ja ngwana wa gagwe o itse gore ngwana wa gago o amogela bokae. Nna kana o mpaletse tota gore go raya gore le nna ke a sute I lost control. O mpaletse tota ga tla gore nna ke a sute I lost control. A suta a ya kae. And the story ends.
Interesting story over there. So,
alright. So we'll try to summarize it.
If you want, there is also that translation in English. I don't
in
know
English. Okay. Do you think it's accurate or?
I don't know. That's the problem with this translation. Like, where is he going?
The mother of the man says.
The English is really confusing people.
English is
but we will try our means to translate while we talk more about this. So here we have a lady.
Yes. A married woman.
A married woman, in fact, to make it straightforward.
Yes.
And she has come to seek help in public space over what the chaos that they're going through with the mother-in-law and their son.
So, as she narrates her story, she says she happens to walk into a room where the husband and the mom-in-law are having a conversation regarding bringing the mom-in-law and the husband
are having a conversation regarding bringing the brothers of the husband. Another one 22 years old, the other one is 24 years old, to come to
move in with them
to the capital, right? And moving into a 2-bedroom house, right?
2-bedroom house.
Which means that there's a master in suite, then there's a small bedroom in which the room is occupied already.
Already occupied.
And it's occupied by her sister. That's.
I thought you were going to narrate.
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. So, as it is, she walks into the room where the husband and the mom, the husband and the mom are having a conversation regarding moving in the 2 siblings, the husband's siblings, mind you, brothers, to move in with them. So her problem is she's already staying with her younger sister, who moved in with her long after the mother passed.
In fact, the sister did not move in with her. They actually moved into the house, the 2 of them, because the mother was already gone. Remember, she's talking about being in tertiary school with her.
Yes, no, so she moved in with her a long time ago. So she's been mothering her sister
who is 14 years old, by the way.
So even before the marriage, we believe that it happened.
It happened while she was already a mother to her sister.
Yeah, while she was already mother to the sister. And the sister is 14 years old.
Exactly.
So now the problem comes in because she finds the husband in agreement it's sort of like there's an agreement with the husband,
and
between
the
the husband and the mother,
Eh?
and they have already passed the issue to say no, the brothers can come.
Are coming, in fact.
Mm.
Because according to the way she's sounding, the mother feels like she is only allowing her sister to enjoy the good life. So she wants her children, which are the brothers, to come in from the home village to come and have a good life in the capital.
So that's where chaos starts.
Exactly.
Because according to the woman, according to the wife, the house number one is way too small to accommodate extra 2 boys.
Because it's a 2-bedroom house.
It's a 2-bedroom
there
house.
are only 2 bedrooms.
So she's asking, where will these 2 brothers sleep? And now
there's a tug of war. It is a war stress between the her and the mother-in-law.
Yeah, between the woman and the mother-in-law, because she ends up saying things like the mother-in-law went to the extent of telling her that how come you live with your sister, at the same time you don't want to allow your brothers-in-law to come and live
with you as well. As you have allowed yourself to live with the sister, why can't you allow the brothers to live with?
Yes. And she points out the fact that
the mother
she's taking this child to school, her sister to school, to expensive schools. So her assumption is she is squandering the husband's money.
In fact, the mother, she's jealous that she feels like her son is being taken advantage of. So it means she's eating the money of the husband, eating the money of the husband.
Money. So if that is the case, then the mother-in-law is saying, I should also bring
my own children,
so that they can also have a nice life
and experience the riches that the brothers accumulated.
So it is from this statement that she bursts, like she explodes into saying, does she even know how much
the son is making?
The son is making. How can she say? How does she even have the audacity to utter those words? Because even as we speak now, I could show you our pay slips.
I'm making more than my husband.
I'm making more than
and I'm taking my sister to school.
I'm the one who's taking my sister to school.
Not even yet touching his money. So who gives her the audacity to come and try to detect what happens in our house? So and in fact, to be honest, it's in the way she's saying it, it's actually her house that the husband moved into.
Because she is working, and where she's working, she's, what do they call it? When you like
in fact, she's working into a company where they actually give you a house as part of the deal that you sign in when you start working in the company.
House allowance.
Exactly.
So she's having that. So according to her, it's her house and it's her rules.
So her house, her rules.
Yes, her house, her rules.
And she's making more than the husband as well.
Exactly. Because in this case now she has the power to stand like for herself, to say to even exchange words with the mother-in-law, because she feels she's disrespected. She feels entitled.
Exactly.
Entitled to the house, entitled to the money.
Exactly.
So you can't,
because it's her money that she's making.
My money, and this is how we got this house. So I'm entitled, so you can't tell me anything.
What do you think, guys?
It's really crazy.
What do you think before we go forward with this? What do you think at the moment?
It gets even worse.
It gets even worse.
Yeah.
So, now let's continue.
It gets even worse because this exchange of words leads the mom-in-law
threatening.
No, it's not a threat, because she mentions it that she's taking her to the court tomorrow.
To the courts.
The customary court. We have what we call the customary court. Like they just handle this
problems in terms of this house problems.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's not the husband who's taking her to the
It's
courts.
the mother-in-law.
It's the mother-in-law, the mother of the husband who's taking her to the courts.
Yes, but
She feels that,
disrespected.
and she feels like she's taking advantage of the riches that her son has accumulated.
Yes.
I feel like the mother's a
So-
gold digger, bitch. Anyway, let's continue.
And then
She tells her sob story of how she had to take care of the little sibling since the mother dying. She even went to tertiary school with her, working every single time she gets to try to make a living for the sister. And she's saying that she will not allow this be taken out and be disrespected like that. And it seems like the mother-in-law is coming up with a way. Why can't you get your sister out of the house and you rent her somewhere else? And
So
by the way, a
then-
child who's 14 years old. That's very important to remember.
yeah, the child is 14 years old, and expectation,
Is-
the mother-in-law's expectation is her son moves
Into the same room
into the same room
this
with the
with the small girl.
small girl.
Or the small girl goes elsewhere and the boys comes and move into the room. Is it? Or
No, it's either as long as the
girl is in
girl
the house.
in the house, they
There
also
should
have
be
the
a
power,
power to come
to
in.
come. Yes. Because at
oh,
the end of the day, she is married to their son.
exactly.
So if you're married to the son, the expectation of the mom-in-law is, then if you can do that for your sister, then you should be able to do this for
For my children
your
as well.
children as well.
Two of them, by the way.
Two of them.
Grown
Boys.
people.
So she is standing up and she's fighting.
And now it seems like she's putting a threat that the marriage might even come to an end.
Yeah.
Because she's
Like-
not taking that.
She's saying, she says, come what may, the marriage,
Might come to an
Right.
end.
yeah, it
I
doesn't
don't care.
matter if the marriage comes to an end,
End.
but she is not going to tolerate
She's
this
level of bullying.
yeah,
Because she feels like she's being bullied into do
into
something
doing things.
in her own house.
Mhm.
We have to make that clear.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
what can we say? There is the story. What are the red flags that you think you've picked up from this?
I think from reading this post in the morning, I was just shook. I'm like, is this even real? How can such a thing happen? Like, and it seems so normal.
Exactly.
So the thing that popped in my mind was, where are we going? Like, where do people think we are going? Because marriage is not respected anymore. Because
Exactly.
people enter marriage with, I don't know if it's okay to say selfish intentions.
Exactly.
Because the first red flag that I picked from here is there's a lot of individualism.
Exactly.
So how do you enter marriage with a mentality of individualism?
Yeah. My
Because-
money, my house,
Yes.
everything is mine.
So already,
Mm.
it's a house that's divided against itself. A
Exactly.
house that's divided against itself doesn't need anyone to come and divide it. It's already
divided.
So
In
that's
fact,
a wrong.
the mother just adding some salt and it's already
Exactly.
exploding.
So in the very start, before anything else, there was a faulty foundation in the first place. That's what I could pick from here. That no, these people had a faulty foundation. So
That's
if the
an
foundation is
interesting red
faulty,
flag.
if a foundation is faulty, then you can't do
Where
anything.
exactly are you
Where are
going?
you going? You can't
Exactly.
build on a faulty foundation because it will fall.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I also think that one of the most important red flags that I've picked up from this is, was there ever clarity in terms of like to the mother of the son? Has the son ever set a boundary between her and her
Lack of
mother?
boundaries.
Because when we talk about marriage, we are talking this thing that they say that you are leaving your parents and you are cleaving to your partner. And I feel like the way it's sounding like, it feels like this is a boy who's still attached to the mother, and she can come in and run the whole house, use the whole house, and it happens the way she wants it.
Because because the way it sounds here, these are newly wedded.
It feels like it.
It doesn't seem like they have children of their own. The only child they are with is the 14-year-old child. So, because we are a new family, it's really not lawful for our parents to just come in and
bring their siblings. I remember it was said when we were
doing what they want.
When we were preparing for marriage, they even said in the church that in your first years, don't allow your siblings just to be coming, people taking advantage of that. You have to learn to settle down, get to know each other as individuals. But in this case, it's already different because she already has a child, which was not her choice to have. It happened because of the loss of the love.
She couldn't control.
So you'd expect that the husband will be able to actually bond with his wife, but now where we are.
No, that one we really can't do anything. It's nature.
It's nature.
So we just accept it to say, no, that's how God wanted it to be. So she is the mother of this girl. There's nothing that can happen. But the problem now is when you are dealing with hot-headed, extended families.
Like, for example, the mother-in-law.
Because in this case, she is the mother to the husband. So I would expect in this scenario that there's that understanding that okay, no, this is how the situation is done.
Exactly.
Because I don't know, or maybe that's where the fault is. Like did the husband communicate the actual matter to the mother?
Or so as well. Did they even reach to an agreement between the two of them that I'm coming with my sister. We are one package. It's either you accept me as your wife with the child or not. We have seen marriages where a man actually marries a woman with already another child there. This is a sister. She's not going anywhere. It was never an agreement, because if you see a husband coming to an agreement with his father, with his mother, there was never an agreement there.
No, but there was an agreement between the
husband and the wife to accept that there is a sibling wherever they are going when they get married.
It seems like everything was going well until the mom now starts saying.
But if you're in a marriage. If we're in that situation, for example, you and me, it is my right to protect you against my mother when she comes up with the thoughts like this. The fact that he is actually in agreement with his mother, that's what scared me. Was there ever in his heart an agreement with the wife to accept that this is where we are?
Yeah, there was. The problem is he became weak. Because
there's no boundary.
Yeah.
There's no that boundary.
Boundary.
It's always important.
He left, but he is still the mama's boy.
Mama's boy, exactly.
So
you can deal with those ones, you know.
It's difficult for him to say no to the mother, because when you can say no to the mother, if he can say no to the mother,
yes, his mother hurts.
To tell her the truth. That this is how the truth of the matter is, and this is how we can approach this matter with let's think like
logic. You cannot tell me that you say a 14-year-old has to go live alone. Yeah. Especially if you're saying you went and you took a woman and you're making a wife from another family, and you say that you're going to throw away the sibling. While everyone that you, with the uncles, everyone who was there on your wedding, who were accepting, knew that this child is coming as a double package with their sibling. How would that family take it?
it's really crazy. It's really crazy because my interpretation of the whole thing is everything was okay. Okay, I don't know the other underlying
Exactly.
issues
That's true.
already
That's true.
because
That's
already
true.
it shows that there was a faulty foundation.
Exactly.
But the husband and the wife they have been staying with a small kid,
Exactly.
no problem, until the mother is like, no. So she's probably thinking wherever she is that I think this is what must be happening. I think this is what must be happening.
Exactly.
So
she's reaching to conclusion. And by the way, it's a right. A mother has the ability to come and try to protect the child, but now you get to wonder, did she really accept the daughter-in-law though?
No, because when you are married, there has to be that, like what we were learning, differentiation.
Exactly.
Differentiation is knowing that your son you have raised him
to be a better man.
But now allow him to be the man that
you have worked so hard all these years to raise him to be.
Stop interfering in his family lives. If he needs you to help,
he will come. He will come straight.
But don't just barge in, like
the interesting part, taking it to the court. What are you saying? Well,
so it's like it's a battle. Like imagine you, me, and Mama, and we're standing, and
I think when it reaches to the court things, I think that's what gives it the power to say the marriage might come to an end.
The marriage might come to an end
because when you are talking about going back to court while you are married because there's a disagreement of siblings coming to this one while you are raising your mother's daughter, that just creates this whole chaos. And I feel like one of the most interesting red flag, looking at the woman, I don't feel like she really respected the husband that much though as well.
No, there's no respect.
I don't see the respect. To any man who's watching this, we all know this. To every man, wherever you are, whatever woman you want, if you want your woman to feel like you really love her, respect is the number one source of love in a man's heart or in a man's life. If you respect me, that means you love me.
Okay, let's talk about respect, right? So she says a lot of things.
Exactly.
She's like, just who's let's weigh our pay slips. That in a way
that's a disrespectful way men are actually writing it like take your child's pay slip and put mine here and try to wear them. I make more than him. That's its way disrespect. And not only disrespect to the husband, also to the mother.
Because because now this is an attack on the marriage.
Exactly.
How disrespectful is it? I believe that men love being in control. Exactly. Men love being in charge. So if you, as a woman, women were created to submit. Like, we're created to submit. Not to mean that it's wrong for her to
say something or to even stand as well. To any more than the husband.
For her to be any more than the husband. But there has to be that element of respect. It's really not necessary to mention that you are earning a lot because it does not matter.
You are one person.
One person. So the minute you mention it, it shows just how arrogant you are and just how that means to you and how you can use it,
exactly,
to have a word, to have a say.
Exactly, to speak something. But there's so much to talk about. But what can you say we could, if we were us in the same situation, how do you think we would have handled this one different?
Okay. I'd like to say that in this case, both parties are wrong.
Exactly.
The mom-in-law is wrong. She doesn't have boundaries with any of them. She disrespected the daughter-in-law.
Because one thing that happens is this, in a family, a wife represents, a house represents a wife. When I go to my mother's house, it's a house. Whatever laws that applies are in a house. When I come into my house with my wife, she is the owner of the house. Whatever the laws that I'm going to abide by in this room, in this house, are yours. Because every house represents this one. And I feel like for her to come into their house and calling out shows like that, that is another serious level of disrespect that I've ever seen. So that's where she is very, very wrong. Whether she feels like her children are not doing so well, tell your sons to go work. Why are they sitting around? The brother went to be where they are and got married to prove that he had settled these things. Tell your 22 years old, the man is waiting to be taken to his own brother's house and actually start to see what happens. And 24 years.
Yeah.
That is very wrong. For me, that is very wrong. So that's why the mother was wrong there. Let's talk about the husband.
Secondly, the husband. The husband, the man is the head of the family. So any chaos that happens in the house, where is the head of the family?
Exactly.
So this head is just there like this. These two are fighting because this one is not there.
Exactly.
He's down there because had he been, this is the man, right? Had this man been standing here, you see that there's a gap there.
Exactly.
It can't happen. But once his head is down, the fights are uncontrollable.
Exactly.
So he's not playing his role as the
head of
he's
the house.
He's the one that advises his mom.
Exactly.
The woman doesn't have the power to stand
against the mother-in-law, to be having a tug of words with the mother-in-law. No. It should not even have reached there.
Exchange of words with the mom-in-law, no. That was very disrespectful of her. She shouldn't.
But also, I'm talking in terms of the husband.
Oh yeah,
he should have set the boundaries. Yes. I love you both. You are my mother. I won't be here if you are not there. I love you. You are my wife, and I respect you. Never disrespect her.
Yes.
Never take advantage of her because you are the mother. Take advantage of her. She's my wife. If I said this cannot happen, respect my boundaries because this is my new family.
Exactly. Because I believe for this issue to have went totally out of hand like this, where was he?
He should have played a part. He should have been the guy who was like, shut up, listen to me. I'm here as your son. You put me here and I'm expecting you to respect me there. What can we do to your children? How can we help to my brothers? We can work and put some money if they want to start something. Let them do so that they can work so hard to be where I am.
And for the woman to end up saying that I don't care if the marriage
comes to an end.
It
means that.
But these children are not coming anywhere near my house. She was.
It seems like that is very wrong because now it means that in the people who are watching from the outside, she only prefers the people from her side.
Exactly.
She doesn't want the people from the husband's side. I would have said if I were her, why wisdom wise, and I'm sure that she would have done this the same. You know what, Mom? I don't have a problem with what you're saying, but I cannot get the 24-year-old. Why can't you give me the 22-year-old? Then I'll find a way to make him at least be in the house, maybe make him sleep in the dining room. Then his things are in the same room with my sister while he gets to understand and we try to create something for him. That's a way of saying that I'm not saying that I'm refusing your children or even the people from that side. I'm saying that they can come, but as you can see, we have a smaller house. We work to have a bigger house, but this way we are still as the husband. Not to come out, no, pay slip. That is very wrong. That is very wrong. At the end of the day, I'm the
one who acquired this house because I'm working. If I wasn't working, we wouldn't be having this house.
Serious levels
so we
of
are only
disrespect.
having this house because we're working. Me. So in that case, whatever I say goes.
Exactly.
And I am the one who's paying my sister's school fees, so you shouldn't even have any say. No, that was it's a wrong way of communicating.
Exactly.
So I feel like she should have done better, because in this case, I believe that there are levels and ways of dealing with
killing a cat in a
yeah.
way, to say that.
So, like you're saying, you'd bring the brothers,
the smaller one.
Smaller one.
Because in terms of looking at the age range, the 24-year-old, you never know what he'll do, but the 22-year-old, there could be that said and try to help him to find himself on his feet to do something.
But it would be a bit tricky because the two brothers are staying together. So the other way also of cutting all what do you call it, conflicts that might arise, just bring both of them. Let them stay with us. They'll sleep even in the
sitting room or dining room.
Because at the end of the day, what the mother wants is for the children to come there because her sister is there. But then as they come, because they are your brothers, and you know how to handle them very well, you know how to
deal with them, you grew up with them, you do know how to deal with them.
Well, you guys are staying, you see.
That could also work.
Yeah, God always makes ways.
Exactly, that will always work. But in terms of how far this has gone, it's at a point of no return, to be honest.
Yeah, because the court issue is still on. And
that's why it's court people.
And I don't know how okay, there's always a way out, right?
Yes.
But how do you settle such a case after? How do you go about reuniting
this family?
Yeah, this family.
After
because
this.
now the husband is the wife. There's the husband who knows that his mother was disrespected by the wife. There's the wife who knows that the husband will just be there, not saying anything,
and will not protect me in terms of the family matters.
And then there's the
mother-in-law who feels like
the daughter-in-law. No.
I don't even want her, because when you hear her talking of the court, in fact, if it was being said, she was actually going to say, we are going to have a divorce right now.
Right now, yeah.
That's where we are.
How
do you fix this? It's crazy. These are because to be honest, whether we like it or not, these are two important people in a man's life: the mother and the wife. And if you cannot be able to create harmony between these two people in your life, you're going to have a chaos life as a husband, I'm telling you. And one thing that you have to understand, I'm telling this to every boy who's watching, every man who's watching. Them two people are very, very, they take it so easy. They really pay attention. Whenever they feel like you are favoring the mother the most, the wife will tell you, and you will see some crazy chaos coming out. And whenever the mother feels like you're favoring the wife the most, she will let you know. But
you know what? That in itself, it shows a loophole.
Exactly.
It's a loophole.
In fact, in maturity as well.
In maturity, exactly. It shouldn't, like, once a person gets married, okay, this is to the people out there. If you are now married to this, your loving one, she comes first and your mother comes last. So she has to accept that you were once her dear son, but now you also now have someone who's dear to you. She was a wife to someone who she was dear to. So you see, it's like an equation and it balances just like that.
Exactly.
It's you and me, it's the parents and their husband.
Exactly.
So if the parent now feels bad for you not having me, what's happening to their husband? What's happening to their husband? Because I want to be loved by you. I want to be loved by you. And if there's someone coming in between us, as a parent to take you from, you see, the two people whose lives are going to remain unfulfilled.
Which is the or husband for the
They
mother.
won't even fulfill each other because a mother and a son can't marry each other. So
it happened in Zim. That's another story, but we won't get into that one. But
so it's really crazy. It's just a form of selfishness that doesn't take people anywhere
at all.
It just comes to scatter and destroy. So you have to understand that as you get married, you have I love Pastor Mark the Scroll. There's one of his sermons that he mentioned that he was teaching that about priorities in marriage when you get married. So he said the husband's priority now becomes the wife,
exactly.
right? And then when the wife, but then they're just newlyweds.
Exactly.
And then these guys, our parents, they become our extended family, but our immediate family.
Because
they are the closest people to us. And then after that, we are gonna have kids, okay? So they're downgrading. Their lives are downgrading, but it's for a blessing for them.
In fact, I've actually discovered something. After the child is gone and is now married to his wife, the next person that the mother has to love the most is actually the grandchild. Our children. They should be now their children. If they want to focus on anyone else, them, not us, they have to leave us to build a family for us.
Yes. Pastor Mark the Scroll was then saying that, so when we are married now, it means it's one bar down. If they used to love, our parents used to love us so much, they have to know that now our son and our daughter, they have someone in their lives. I used to love my parents so much, but now you come first.
Exactly.
So that's one bar down.
Exactly.
When our children comes, that's 2 bars down. Because now we have two people who are focus on.
We have to give, and they will demand that attention.
Yes.
They don't play around.
So now our attention is my attention is more to you and the children.
Exactly.
And then them last.
Exactly.
So as the thing keeps on growing like that, they keep on degrading, but it's a blessing for them.
Exactly. It is a blessing because it means their family is growing.
Their family is growing.
The family is growing. It's a blessing. You should be celebrating this, but look where we are now.
They don't understand. They just want to.
There's a lot of things, and I think we've actually gone so much with this one than we expected, but I'm curious, do you have some interesting comments that you think we can just look at on what other people were advising this person?
Okay. This first comment, someone was saying, Hang is simple. Sit down, lehabi buisani, o montemabaka, come with suggestions for what way forward at the end of the day, lefele zelo tulidumalala.
Exactly, because that's very important. Sit down with your husband, come up with a way forward. We are making this amount of money. Don't we need to upgrade into the house so that we try to accept these people, so that the mother-in-law doesn't feel like we only need what? We are only interested. I'm only interested in you, not your family.
Because it sounds more like the wife is the one who's toxic in this case, because she will only allow her members of the family, of which that one we can rule it out because
it was never by choice.
It was never by choice.
The mother passed away. You cannot decide who lives or die.
So instead, we would really appreciate some acceptance that really it was not her fault that she had to end up staying with
a sibling.
In fact,
it seems like most of her life she had to forget of all what was very important to her and only focus on her sister because she was young. Imagine tertiary school. She's talking about tertiary school. How old was the sibling if she's 14 right now?
She was young.
It means maybe she was even 8 or something.
She was very young.
Exactly. Did you
what did I
Is there another one? Another comment we can
Yeah,
go?
I think.
There was another one that I saw.
Yeah, there was another one.
Let me see.
Is it by Mabu Matthias? I think he said something
Okay.
quite interesting.
Oh, is this no this one?
Mabu was talking about he was highlighting how there's too much of I
Into the marriage.
and that's the first thing they need to work on.
That's exactly, it should be a we thing, not an I.
Wait, this one. The Bible says we must be slow to anger. I doubt in handling this issue you were calm. That's why we're online. I think you could have just voiced your concerns. It won't work out. That is a no. Yes.
So basically what this comment is saying that it feels like when these people were arguing, the mother-in-law and her, there was no anyone who was calm. They were all outbusting and they were saying so much.
No, actually, she came into the room and found them talking. And her anger
took over because it felt like they were hiding this from, but they were making about the decision which was going to impact and affect their family, her and the husband.
So she exploded at that.
And
then that's when
it never came to a point of settling up.
So
and also we cannot accept the fact that two grown men come in and live in the same room with a child, 14 years old, 24 and 22 years. That's crazy. I think any last one, so that we can come and put this to a conclude.
So Matale, why at least 2 young men? So Arebajiswe 22 and 24. Why Asabajise as money Abaha a good living? Ohane Nyalo Epi. Why by it Patepanya, the 14-year-old Lohan, Usena Bazaj? Ugawo, where Hanne Pilinyalo, Wahita, Humutia school. This is a big deal. I felt this. They're saying you should never have agreed to marry this man in the first place. You should have raised your
sibling.
Yes. Finished all his
her school, give her her own life.
Give her her own life, because in this case you were the parent. So this was going to save you from such brokenness.
But in a way, I hear what they're saying. But think about it. She's 14 years old and it seems like she's already done with school. How old do you think that when the sister would reach tertiary school, how old do you think she would be?
No, she's not done with school. She's still going to school, 14-year-old. Right?
No, I mean the sister who's been told you should not have gotten married. How old do you think she would have been? Would she be a woman who can still say, I can get married after her sister was done with school? Because the sister is very young. It's like she was raising a child.
It's a long way to go.
It's a long way to go because one thing that I know, I'm sure that she might be already in close to her 30s or she's already in her 30s. Imagine while the child is still this one. It means she got this child while she was on her 18 or somewhere there, and maybe the child was still maybe 7 or 6 years old. Imagine how far it's like raising an entire child. So I cannot really agree with this one because that would have taken all her life. That would not have allowed her to actually find happiness, find marriage, find somewhere to be. It means she was now becoming a mother rather than to become also somebody who can be loved by somebody.
That's true. It's very sad because now it seems more like there is competition for the 14-year-old and the 22 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. People are too old to be competing with this
Let's go.
15-year-old.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 8 years difference.
That's
And I'm talking about the younger one.
She's too young.
Younger
to
one.
be-
The other one is even 10-year difference.
Mm.
No, the mother has to really reason.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, she has to be really reasoning well.
Mm.
And the husband should have stand for his wife.
Yeah, he should.
Especially he chose her with the child.
Yes, exactly.
You have a decision to make. He chose her with the child.
He has to do some serious reasoning with the mom. Tell her, no, please reason. Think.
Exactly. No, so there's a lot of things to happen into this. Let us know if you want us to look at this, maybe do maybe a part 2 of comments while we are reading what these people are going to be saying to us. But there's a lot of things that is happening here, and I think we said a lot.
Yeah, we said a lot of things.
I hope you people learned something, because it's almost close to an hour in a
Almost
video now.
yeah.
We're supposed to take even less of those. But I hope, guys, you learned so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of the story? And what is the best way to solve it? And even if you agree with either some of the things that we said ourselves. Is there anything you want to say before we go?
I think in closing, I would just encourage everyone out there that the success of a thing is determined by its foundation.
Exactly.
So it's very important to build everything on the foundation of truth, because that's a sure foundation. So don't leave a lie, because eventually it will catch up with you. Lies have short legs.
Yeah, I heard that.
Eventually
Lies
catch up with you.
they'll always catch up with you.
Yeah, so
And I always say as well, my last words as well, don't you ever get into an agreement without accepting the baggage that comes with that agreement.
exactly.
Whether it is a wedding, whether it is a business relationship, whatever. Because anything that two people come together and they become in an agreement, it always brings some backup things and baggage. You have to understand what you are taking responsibility of. Because I feel like that's one thing that this man has been missing. He was not ready to accept this.
Yes.
Hence now he's coming to this with the mother.
Exactly. Hence why you need to be true to yourself before you can be true to the next person. Because it will still come back to you. Now it's clear.
You see. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been our story. I hope you learned something meaningful and happy. But, like I said, have a happy living and have an amazing week. We're out. Peace. Please subscribe and like. We go. I didn't know that I was going to take that long.
Yeah, it's a problem.